support, government help. And then to see 6 years later, to come to where a place where now, because of Advocare, we're able to earn monthly what we used to make a year, has been life-changing, life-altering, and getting out of a mindset that says, I can't have this, I don't deserve it. So now I've earned it, now I can pay it forward.
Please help me welcome champion of all champions, Platinum Distributor, Jason Pannell.
That's a good picture. First time I've seen that. Y'all look good. All the way up there. But listen, stop. I see y'all walking right now. Stop it. Because I'm talking to you. We're not going to see. Yes, go back and sit down. You ain't going to pee during my time. You should have already done it. We ain't got but 30 more minutes. You can listen to GW talk for an hour and a half. You can listen to me for 20 minutes. So hold it. Because here's why. Here's what I'm here to do today. I'm here to talk to somebody, not about something. You see, oftentimes we come up on the stage and we train about a topic. We talk about something that's, about Advocare or just a real strong topic. I'm not here to do that. I'm here to talk to a person. And you might be sitting up there in the back. You may be over in the 2020 room. You may be a diamond. You may be a president of Advocare, because he's gone. But I mean, it's probably for him too. But you're sitting here, and I'm not so naive enough to think that you're all excited and energized. How many going on the Venetian voyage? How many hear you? No, you're not. Let's be honest. That's like 3,000 people. That boat was sink. But what happens when we leave from this place and we get home? What happens? Why don't we do it? I believe it's because of the way we think. And so what I'm here to do today, I'm talking to somebody. I don't know who it is. I don't know what your name is. I don't know where you're at, but you are here. This may be your 3rd, 4th, or 5th school. This may be your 3rd, 4th, or 5th year. And you're come to this school, this 20th anniversary, and you said, okay, I'll give it one more shot. I'll try harder one more time, and just maybe, Advocare is right for me. Well, I'm here to set you free today. I'm here to bring freedom to you from the expectations that you placed on yourself. I mean, you look on the stage and you see these diamonds that look clean. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Look clean. I don't know who I'm talking about. Listen, you're gonna have to laugh. And let me explain something else too, is I am a participation speaker. I can't see, this ain't a monologue. I'm not here to talk to you. We're gonna talk to each other, so I need your participation. Because we could be here all night. The tenor's gonna start till like 8. I'm the last one. So you're going to help me out a little bit. But I'm here to help you because many of you are asking this question, do I have what it takes? Am I a champion? That was rhetorical when I was... President Bush was getting, you see him go like this? Some clapping people. I'm going to tell you that right now. Y'all some clapping people. See? Some woo! But do I have what it takes? Can I build this? Again, rhetorical. We're going to roll with this till we figure this out. The mindset, how we think determines everything. It's not it's not sitting in this chair. It's not being here today. It's how you think. The mindset of a champion, what is it? Well, and I got my little iPad, so I feel so, and in my former life, kind of current, I was a preacher. So I got to have something to do like this with. It don't really mean anything, but I'm just doing like this, okay? Are you with me? One person. Now, hey, here's a mindset. Let me explain this to you. Now, you want to write some things down because I'm going to go fast, and I don't have a lot of time. But I want you to write these things down. What is a mindset? We need to establish that first, because we hear that term thrown around a lot. The mindset, what is that? The way we think. It's very easy to mindset, the way we think. But now this is my definition of a mindset. Now, I graduated high school with a 1.9 GPA, so I don't know how real this is going to be. But so what? I'm up here. Slow kids can do it too. So, look, a mindset is this. Here's a mindset. You ready? It's a conviction that is validated by an action. How simple is that? A conviction that's validated by an action. So let me explain this to you. I believe, I have a conviction or a belief that if I am going to be a double, dog, triple, quadruple titanium distributor one day, that I have to be, and I sell elite nutrition. Now, this is my belief. And I sell elite nutrition. I have got to look the part. I have a belief that I'm going to put great products in my body. I'm going to work out hard. I'm going to eat right. I'm going to take my vitamins. I'm going to do all the things I'm supposed to do because this is who I represent. I'm not going to come up here sloppy. If I want to say I sell elite nutrition, some of your business isn't growing because you just don't look the part. Now listen, see, I'm going to back up. I got to tell you my strength. Y'all do strength finders? How many does strength finders? My number one strength, it's not even on there, I made it up. I'm an agitator. I say the things that everyone else is thinking. So, but listen, I've been eating on this message, this word that I've got, I've been eating on it since November. So I've already had my fill, and so I had to bring it to you. So whatever your belief system is, whatever it is that you're believing, about your family, about your job, about your career, you act on it. Your actions every day says that. You love your wife and kids, you prove it by how you act. You want to build your advocate business, you prove it by what you do. But here's the thing. You can take on a certain mindset so long that it becomes who you are. That maybe there's a mindset that says, well, one day I'm going to be a diamond, but right now I can't because of X, Y, Z. And all of a sudden you are becoming that negative mindset that you didn't really intend to, because we often adopt mindsets to get us through some tough times. You understand what I'm saying? We adopt these things, going through a tragedy, going through some circumstances, going through tough times. That video ain't lying. 7 years ago, check this in this. 7 years ago, we were on WIC. Anybody know what WIC is? Let me hear my WIC people. Anybody? No, but now, it's the last time you go woo over WIC, okay? I can't tell. I still got boxes of Cheerios. I'm still eating cheese. Like, I don't even need cheese no more. 7 years ago, and last month made a lot of money. But the mindset, you can take on a certain, but here's the thing, I never once said I was going to be that person. I never adopted the thought that this is my life. This is the way it's going to be. I clean gutters. I would refinish bathtubs. I don't even know how to refinish a bathtub. Me and Home Depot, that's just crazy. I don't even belong in there. What we do is we allow ourselves to take on, here it is, a lesser mindset. Many of you have got these crazy expectations. You look up on the stage and you see all these people, and you think Danny McDaniel's got a white stallion parked out there with a white robe. He took it off and came up here and we all kissed his ring when he walked in. Like he's the most interesting distributor and advocate. He once held a no-show mixer on purpose. It's the truth. Spark gets its energy from Bob and Jenny. But don't want what I've got until you've walked where I've walked, because I don't know if you can handle it. I'm gonna tell you this, I don't know if I can handle what you're going through right now, but that's your journey. That's where you're at. Don't take on a lesser mindset thinking that that's not what you're supposed to have. Believe for something bigger. But don't beat yourself up and go, why am I not a rising star? Why am I not up there? Why am I not having success? I've been talking about this for so long. I talk to everybody. And nothing seems to come out of this. You know what a lesser mindset does? Even for a moment, it creates a self-centered focus based solely on our deficiencies and how we measure up against everybody else. And oftentimes what we try to do is, and in preparing this, I thought, what is a mindset? You know, how can I talk about the mindset of a champion? And I gotta come up with these acronyms and acrostics, because acronyms not really what you would come up with. It's an acrostic when you use words. And, so I told me that. Stop saying that, that's not right. 1.9, so I got an excuse. But one word describes the mindset of a champion. That's it. There's not a big paragraph. There's not a big song that comes with it. One word. Greater. Greater. Now, you say, well, that don't make any sense. Greater, not greatness. I'm here to blow your mind. I just want you to stop saying you're seeking greatness, because you know what greatness is? It's a cop-out. When people say they're pursuing greatness, you know what they're really doing? They're giving themselves permission to fail, because greatness is never attainable. It's not. Greatness is the continual process of measuring yourself against other people. And that bar is always being raised. Greatness is unfair. Greatness is not even there. Big Shot Rob Horry and Michael Jordan both have 6 championship rings. Which one was great? Michael Jordan, the greatest of all time, of course, who I patterned my game after, and don't you dare laugh. The Wizards, Jordan. That's the one I have. But here's the problem. If we compare ourselves to Big Shot Rob, if the pinnacle of greatness is just championships or accomplishments, then Robert Horry and Michael Jordan are the same person. But it's not, because Michael Jordan's greatness was measured how he brought other people along with him. How he allowed other people to become greater. Now, he had to learn that. Your job and your business is to become greater. Not greater than me, not greater than the person sitting next to you, but greater than yourself, greater than you were yesterday. You need to be greater today than you were yesterday, and greater tomorrow than you were today. But how do you become greater? Here's what, and this is, Miss Peggy, check this out. This came to me and this blew my mind. I was just like, greater is this, greater is planting. I hear this all the time. I sacrifice to make my business work. You know what happens when you sacrifice something? It dies. You can't resurrect a dead thing. You can't grow a business that's dead. Because some of you approaching your mixers, you're saying, well, I've been sacrificing all this time to be with my kids, to do my mixers. Wrong. The way you envision your business is you are now planting time into your business. You are now planting. You know who else planted? Charlie. He planted. His life was a planting. He was a seed that was planted. So all of this could happen. Now that's too good. Come on, you gotta help me out a little bit better than that. I'm about to walk over there in the 2020 room and they're crazy. Where they at? You got the sophisticated people in here. Listen to this. Struggling is not a detour on the road to your success. It's just a landmark. Your struggle right now, your struggle in this business, your struggle with your family, your struggle with your kids, what you're going through at home, it's not it's not a detour. It's not preventing you from getting somewhere you need to be. It's the landmark, because you're going to be able to come back to this moment and say, it was that moment that pushed me that far. It was what I went through right there that got me and helped me become who I'm supposed to be. All right, that's just it. You know what else greater is? Greater is destiny, not destination. It's destiny. Greater is your destiny. It's not your destination. Your finish line. Stop chasing the stage. Stop chasing the pin. You'll get on that voyage when you begin to chase people. When you begin to empower people. It's not found in a pen. Your destiny is found in people. Oh, that's just, I'm gonna keep going. I'm having a good time right here. This is all good right now. Here's the other thing. Destiny is the carrot. Let me back up. Destiny is the finish line. Destination is the carrot. We often pursue that carrot. We see what's right there. And that's all we go after. Stop chasing t-shirts for $3K. That's silly. If a rookie bonus ain't enough to motivate you, you got some issues. I just don't know what I can do. You better figure it out. Because what's happened, there is a massive wave of momentum in Advocare. And you got two choices. Ride that baby all the way to your dreams or stand out in open water and let sharks eat you. Greater, hear me out. Greater is contentment, not comparison. Guys, stop comparing yourself to each other. Stop looking at each other and saying, why isn't that me? It doesn't matter why that's you. Comparison is an enemy of contentment. Not saying you don't pursue yourself and you don't go and become more and become better and study and do those things. Not that. But when you look in the mirror and you go, why am I not over there? That's comparison. There's people that are leaders that stood on the stage for years that still do it. I'm one of them. It's easy to look up here and go, man, they're really good. They're really sharp. Man, why can't I do that? And we begin to compare ourselves to everybody around us. And we look at each other and go, why is this happening to me? Why does my wife have cancer? Why is my child wayward? I don't know. But greater says, today, I can be greater than I was yesterday. That you wake up tomorrow and you love greater than you love today. That's it. Ask your children this. Ask your wife this. Say, baby, did I love you more greater today than I did yesterday? Because if the answer is yes, you're greater. The way you talk to your kids, what you say to them, they'll be honest. Ask your kids. Especially they're young. Eli is 7, just turned 8. Savannah's 6.5. And you ask them anything, they'll just be straight up honest. One time, Angela and I were having this really cool talk on the way to church. We call it intense fellowship. And we were really going at it, man. It was woo! We were good. And Savannah says, from the back of the car, she says, y'all need to go to both services. So we went to both services. But your kids will be honest with you. But guys, set yourself free today. Stop comparing yourself to everybody that gets up here. Comparing yourself to other people is like reading Hamlet expecting Huck Finn. It won't even make sense. Like, why do you stab that guy on that raft? It wouldn't even really make sense. Well, how do I become greater? Let me wrap this up. How do I become greater? How do I do it? Two things. Two things you do. Number one, making sure I got them in order. You're gonna really mess up if I didn't do it in order. Here we go. Two things. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. You're not going to be embarrassed. Don't be afraid. Some of you are so afraid to talk to your neighbor. You're so afraid to talk to people at work. You're so afraid of what can happen because you go, well, Jason, what if I fail? What if you don't? What if you don't fail? What if you do get a rookie bonus? What if you do end up on the cruise? We're so afraid of being embarrassed. You know what's embarrassing? Trying to find the checkout line with the least amount of people so you can sign them wink checks. And then everybody lines up behind you and you kind of slide. See, some of y'all don't know what I'm talking about. Some of y'all do. And knowing that that's it, that you're providing for your family, but that's it. And as a man, that rips at your core. Like, why can't I be more? Why am I not more than this? Why? Because I compare myself to other people. Don't be afraid. Walk out of this building this weekend and attack fear. Punch it in the face. Say, I will not be afraid. It doesn't matter what comes your way. You're not going to be afraid. Second thing is, don't hold back. Don't hold back. Holding back has got you where? Don't hold back. Because you're not going to come up short. You're not. This business ain't rocket surgery. It ain't. It really ain't. I know. I was kidding. Don't hold back. And then here's the last thing. Greater is a declaration, not a conversation. This ain't something you gotta go home and let me talk to my wife. No, you don't need to talk to her. Don't put your order in. Products on sale, virtual office. Put your Visor order in. She's been waiting on you to do something. It's a declaration. The Confederate Army, listen to this. The Confederate Army had a tactic they would use that they adopted from the Native Americans. Now, when we look at the Civil War, there was a North and a South, obviously. Now, the North was very industrial, modern day, very sophisticated, and the South was just some good old boys. Now, this ain't about who won and all that kind of stuff, because they got nothing to do with it. My point is not in the actual war itself. So don't get all offended. Some people would. They would use this tactic. And it was said that there were battalions in the North, there were 1,000 or more people who would hear this and would shriek. One soldier explained and said, I always said if I ever went into a charge, I wouldn't holler. You ain't in the South. You gotta holler. He said, but the very first time I fired off my gun, I hollered as loud as I hollered at until every breath came out. Colonel Keller Anderson of Kentucky's Orphanage Brigade said this about the rebel yell. He said, then arose that do-or-die expression, that maniacal maelstrom of sound, that penetrating, rasping, shrieking, blood-curdling noise that could be heard for miles, of whose volume reached the heavens. Such an expression as never yet came from the throats of sane men, but from men whom the seething blast of an imaginary hell would not check while that sound lasted. These men would go into a battle, raging, and they had no skill. They were fighting an enemy that was better than them, was bigger than them, was stronger than them, but one thing they had was this yell. That it caused the North to just shudder. They would just yell. Y'all waiting on me to do it, right? Woo! And it would sound different. If he was 12 like I just sounded, then it would sound different. But here's the thing, is that Southern Army, they had children, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old, fighting this war for something they believed in. Well, I want to charge you today, we're going to do something that's going to set you free. But it's going to take your participation. I didn't come all this way to watch you sit here and let your dreams just go. Because you're going to walk out of here this day ready to attack whatever it is that's stopping you, ready to overcome whatever obstacles in your way, and ready to take whatever dream it is you've been wanting. There is our own version of a rebel yell we're going to do. A greater yell. Something that's going to charge you. Because here's what happens, is that there was a time in our business when we finally moved to Tennessee. I was lost. I didn't know who I was. And I went through this period where finally on a close some goober didn't put their order in and we missed something and forgive me if you're that goober. Actually, they ain't here. Figures. And I ran outside. Papa Jimmy, you might remember this. As I called him up, he gave me some good advice, but then I'm bawling my eyes out because I run out the door. And I don't know what's happening. I can't control this. I can't fix this. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, this isn't even me. And I'm battling this, and there's no corporate office. You can't go over and get sparked. Oh, Drew Brees walks in. Oh, Jason Witten. I was corporate office. And I started running down the road, and I walked out, and I got to a part of the street where people wouldn't think I just lost my mind, but I didn't care. And I let out this, ah! And something just snapped. I'm serious. That's it. I've had enough. My wife means more than this. My kids need me more than this. I don't know what I gotta do, but I'm gonna change this. And all I knew how to do was yell at that time. That's all I knew what to do. But yelling and changing and just letting out that scream. Some of you need to just do something. What keeps you back more than anything is just that fear. That unwillingness to let go and not hold back. But I'm thinking that there's 25 or so thousand people here at Advocare, here tonight, that are ready for something different. I'm thinking that there might be somebody in this room. Do I have anybody in this room that is ready for just a little bit of change in their life? I'm just counting down from 10, and I want you to look at the person and see, diamonds are too sophisticated. They don't know what that is on it. They forgot what it is to be a silver. Come on. And we're gonna call it the greater yell. And I want you to, when I get to 1, I want you to high five 2 or 3 people around you, and I want you to let out the loudest scream you can possibly let out. And when you do, something's gonna break for you.